My name is Heather. I'm with Duncan House Creative, and today I'm going to show you how to do this awesome alcohol ink abstract. It's so easy. I cannot wait for you to do it on your own. Let's get familiar with our supplies first, okay? In your art box, you should have received 2 or actually 3 colors of alcohol ink. For this project today, I want you to choose 2 colors that you would like. I'm going to use blue and pink today. This is Baja Blue and Senorita Magenta from the Piñata alcohol ink line. So if you want to restock these on your own, you can find those there. We also have some isopropyl alcohol, a straw. I'm going to be putting down my table placemat for this because I don't want to get my table dirty, and then I'm going to also use some paper towels. All right. You will also need a sheet of YUPO paper. Let me show you. This is the pad of YUPO paper that I use. It's spelled YUPO. We'll put all this down in the show notes. But this is a synthetic paper, so it's not made of your typical paper materials, so that the ink actually floats on top of the paper, and whenever it dries, whenever the alcohol ink dries, it actually evaporates, and that's how it dries. It doesn't soak into the paper or do anything like that because of its synthetic quality. Okay, so it's important to use this type of paper whenever you're doing fluid arts so that the ink can flow on top of the paper. If you're using regular paper, it will just seep in and stay put. All right, okay, let's jump into our tutorial. It's so easy, I cannot wait to share it with you. Okay, I'm going to set up my workstation really quick. You should have received one of these plastic table mats in your art box. I like to put this down. You can also use any kind of plastic table covering. Maybe you have a plastic tablecloth. Maybe you can use even a trash bag. Whenever I teach large art classes, I have been known to use like those black trash bags, cut them up, and they make great tablecloths if you're ever in a pinch. The thing with alcohol ink, it is permanent ink. If you get this onto your table, it is probably not going to come out, okay? You will even have a little bit of difficulty getting it off your fingers, but it will come off of your fingers, I promise. But your clothes too, I highly doubt it will come off of your clothes. So just before you jump in, before you take off the lid, make sure you are prepared with your station, okay? You want to make sure your table is covered, you have appropriate clothing on, and so forth, okay? If you're going to be getting engaged soon, or you want to protect your fingernails, I would put on some rubber gloves, but that is not necessary. Okay, so I have 2 colors of my alcohol ink, my isopropyl alcohol, a straw, and then my YUPO paper. This is by far the easiest of our alcohol ink tutorials. Super easy, okay? And this is what we call fluid arts. Fluid arts is a category of art. Marbling is fluid art. Alcohol ink can be fluid art. Even watercolor can be fluid art. It's just the motion of the medium kind of, well, it's fluid, right? It flows, and so you as an artist don't have a ton of control over it. Anytime I teach an alcohol ink workshop, I always tell the people there that I love alcohol ink and fluid arts because it gives me practice and releasing control. I am a person who likes to be in control. I like the element of control. I like to know that things are so-so. So this is a great practice in actually just releasing some control, okay? So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to get it to look perfect. Go where the ink goes. Play with it, move around with it, and just experiment with it, okay? One other quick note, this is a reversible paper, so if you find that you just want to try again or you want to do something different, you can always use the back side of your paper too, okay? All right, we're gonna start with one color. I'm gonna start with blue. And this is, again, super simple. Super, super simple. I'm gonna put 4 to 5 drops of blue on 1/2 of my paper, okay? And then we're going to douse it with some alcohol, blow it around, let it kind of cure. Then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. We're going to put some pink down, let the colors, put some alcohol in it, let the colors mix, and then let it cure. And that's it. That's all. So, okay, let's get started. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to open my straw. I want to make sure that that's prepared because these things do kind of move fast, just so you know. Okay, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, it was maybe even 4 or 5 drops. Now I'm gonna take my alcohol and make sure you're not doing this over and around a flame or a candle. Make sure maybe even a window is open because these things are, and I'm just going to put some alcohol down on my paper. It's not coming out real well. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more alcohol here, and I'm going to take my straw and just blow it. Blow around. I like to turn my page. Make sure you're not inhaling the fumes. You are only blowing out of the straw, okay? Very important. Okay, that is it for my blue side. If you look, oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite mediums because you can see all of these shades from the different thickness of the ink, right? It almost looks like smoke. It's really, really cool. So we're going to do the same thing with the pink. I do want to mention, if you are finding you're having a hard time getting the alcohol out of your bottle, you might find like a needle and just poke that hole. I have had one that was not quite all the way open on me, so make sure if you find yourself in that situation, make sure to fix that, okay? So I'm going to take some pink and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to do maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. I'm going to put this lid right back on. And then I'm going to take my alcohol and I'm just going to kind of pour it around, and even watching that, you can even make your ink move by picking it up and just watching it kind of flow into the other side. And guys, I have just played around with this. I'm not a professional alcohol ink artist at all, so please don't confuse me for that. I've done a lot of playing around with alcohol ink, but I have found that there is no right way to do it. It is really just up to you. I've got some really great mixture here in the middle. And I'm actually going to take some alcohol and just put a little bit over here on the side because I kind of want to activate that a bit, and you just play around. Awesome. Okay, and I'm just going to pick that up and let it kind of flow. You can even blow it around like that. So, honestly, that's it. We're done. How easy and simple was that? And we just got a really beautiful, deep, rich color in the pink and the blue and the purple. It's really neat. And if you notice, the back side of mine, not all the time, but right now is clean. So if I ever wanted to do another one, I could do one there. This is beautiful framed. I just want you to know I've framed a lot of alcohol ink before, and if you find a frame with a little mat in it, it makes a really great gift, and it's a really beautiful, easy thing to do for others. So, anyways, okay, that's it for abstract alcohol ink. Share your stuff with me. I want to see what yours looks like. That's why I love teaching art in general, because I love to see what you do with the techniques that I share. Your art should look different than my art. It should totally be different. And so I want you to explore, be creative, and really see what you can come up with using the same technique. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so glad that you're here with me. This is just a dream come true that I get to share this medium with you, and just to be, I feel like I'm there with you, even though I'm not. But I'm so thankful that you are here with me, and I look forward to our next tutorial.